Hey, what's up guys? Brandon here from BigMcLargerHuge Gaming, and today I am going to be reviewing the multiplayer of Battlefield 5. After spending about 7.5 hours with multiplayer and the campaign, the review is going to be split up into two parts. The single player part coming out after the last Tiger is released and I have played through it. But right now, since I have played all the multiplayer modes, I've played all the maps, and I have a strong opinion on gunplay, I am going to share my thoughts on it. So, Battlefield 5 was definitely a little bit of a rough ride. The first trailer really kind of scared me. Not for any of the reasons that it scared most people, but just because it looked like absolute chaos. Everyone was running everywhere. It was like all these shots going off and it was all chaos and stuff. So basically, it was just like, wow, it looks really good, but it looks like chaos. Will this be how the final game plays? Which, clearly, that is not at all how the final game plays. So, basically, obviously, all the modes, most of the modes actually, are from Battlefield 1. You have Frontlines, which is a mix of Conquest and Rush, where you have, each side has 2 artillery cannons that the other team is trying to blow up, but there's a number of, Conquest flags you have to capture in order to get to that point. Conquest is same old, team deathmatch, and that does not need explaining. And, Breakthrough, if you played Operations in Battlefield 1, it's about the same thing, where you're going around and you're capturing the objectives to break the enemy's line. And yeah, so those are really all the modes. There's probably like 1 or 2 that I'm forgetting. You know. But anyway, on to gunplay, which I will be showing you. Well, actually, on to classes, which I'll show you next. Well, actually, no. First, we're gonna go to maps. So there are 8 maps, and there's 2 of them each that get spread into groups of 2 based on overall location, and they're grouped as to be played in a grand operation. And a grand operation, that's the big mode of Battlefield 5, where it spans 2 maps over 4 full days, which is like a full match of Conquest or Breakthrough or Frontlines, or this Grand Operations exclusive mode called was it Airborne, where one team is using planes to drop down on the other team. And that is really the meat of the mode. That's really the big thing that they've created right now. Obviously, the Battle Royale mode is coming way later. And honestly, I don't even know if Battle Royale is gonna be a big thing by the time Firestorm comes out. So anyway, back to maps. So there are 8 maps. There are 2 French maps, Arras and Twisted Seal. There are 2 North African maps, Hamada and Aerodome. There are 2 Norwegian maps, Fagel 352, I think it's called, or Fagel 952, and Narvik. And there are, am I missing one? I don't think I'm missing one. Yeah, I think I got all of them. If I missed one, oh yeah, Rotterdam and Devastation. That is those are the other maps. So those are the maps that are available now. one map will be coming later. It is called Panzerstorm, and it is essentially the ultimate tank only map. It's basically probably going to be like it's basically going to be like a flat field, I think. But anyway, about the 8 maps, they're all distinctive enough, despite some of them being kind of similar, because they're in kind of the same location, such as how Fagel 952 and Narvik look pretty similar, yet have completely different strategies that you have to use, and how Eris and Twisted Steel look nothing alike, yet set in the same general area. Alright, on to classes. There are 4 classes. There's Assault, Medic, Support, and Scout. Scout is your sniper class. Support is kind of like your engineering. I don't think it can repair tanks anymore. I haven't played it yet. And then Assault is a lot of firepower. It's got lots of, it's the explosive class. It has a rocket launcher. It's got dynamite, grenades, grenade launcher, all this stuff that really sets the classes apart. Medic has SMGs as their weapons. Assault has auto rifles, like how you would have, and then Assault, Support has machine guns and shotguns, and Scout has sniper rifles. And each class has different things you can do, such as Scout has traps you can use. I don't know the full extent of like what that really means, because I haven't played it, because I'm not good at sniping. And then Support, I think they're kind of the stress you out, like just stress you out, and have that be, and then have the Assault and Medics maybe rushing in to go and really get in there and win. So next, we'll talk about the overall gunplay. So the random bullet spray and unpredictable recoil is gone. It's in predictable patterns now, which makes gunplay much more rewarding. And if you shoot someone in the head, it will do a lot more damage, and most of the time you will be able to kill them pretty easily. I don't know, I think, about sniper rifles, I can't tell you. But I think I've heard that sniper rifles are better too. Vehicles. Tanks, you can now custom design your control layout, so for people who don't like the control scheme of how tanks play, you can change that. And tanks are probably the most fun they've been, probably because of this, since I don't even know what game. Probably like Battlefield 4. Planes, they're alright. I don't have much of an opinion on them. They're just like planes in the other games. And again, that doesn't really mean much to me because I didn't play planes that much, and I didn't exactly care about the planes. They don't seem to be doing as much damage most of the time as they were doing before. But that's not really, that wasn't even really a big thing. So, anything I'm missing? obviously, if you want to hear my opinions on the menus, well, actually, I'll just tell them again because I don't think I did that video very well. So, I think the menus are very clunky, and there's definitely some reworking that needs to happen with them to get them to a point where it's not exactly it's not exactly bad to use it. If you get what I'm saying, which you probably don't. There are definitely some, kinetic glitches with with how the, dead bodies work. Sometimes they'll fly up into the sky, which leads to some pretty hilarious moments, but that doesn't mean anything bad. They're still good. There's not really anything really bad I've encountered yet. I think the only thing I would like changed at the moment is that when a team is winning by a large margin, the other team can capture bases like almost instantaneously. So it makes for really close games, and I know they're trying to fix it, but that's the one thing I want fixed so far that I have found. Because it really leads to some whoa moments where it's like it's like a 1-0 ticket counter at the end of the game. So yeah, I think that's about it. I think my final score for Battlefield 5 would be an 8.5 out of 10. Based on what I've played so far. Obviously that is not a final score because we don't have all the maps, we don't have the final war story, and that's only for the multiplayer. The single player score will be added, and I'll have it be a score out of 20 when I get to that. So yeah, 8.5 out of 10. I think it's really good so far. They do have some promise for the later maps and things. So yeah, I guess that's about it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And this is Brandon from BigMcLargerHuge Gaming, signing off. Goodbye.